Salute to all my peers across the board, all the veterans in the military and civilian theater. Welcome back to the channel. This is Ronin and United States Marine Corps veteran. Today's 5-minute fire watch conversation is going to deal with influence versus infection. So when we get into the conversation here about this, we'll keep it all brass tacks, straight no chaser. So all the subscribers, both new and old, welcome back. If you already know the deal, like, share, subscribe to the notification bell. So when it comes to influence, it's the act or power of producing an effect without apparent exertion of force or direct exercise of command. Now, this is a difference maker. It's a matter of choice and application. On the positive side, positive peer pressure is when someone's peers influence them to do something positive or growth building. For example, when you have good leaders, you can share your ideas, your vision. You can entrust them with problems, and they can offer sage advice, be it what you need or some harsh truth that you didn't want to face, but it'll help you in the long run. They don't just offer advice, they lead by example. These are the individuals who will dedicate their time, energy, motivation to help you see through some things. Many times over, they will see things within you that you don't see. And many times over, they'll be the gatekeepers of greatness. But you are the key. However, research has shown that relationships that are more conflict-ridden than peaceful lead to an increase of depression and lower self-esteem. This is the difference between relationships and relationships. To effective leaders, to some of the biggest shitbirds in the galaxy, influence or infection. Choices and consequences are made. Now, we already know about the positive ones. If we have those in our lives, those are partners, our homeboys, significant others who breathe life into you and your vision and all things pertaining to bring the best out of you. Those are needed to be celebrated and cherished and defended. However, you got to be mindful when you view many things between content creators and conflict creators. The things we see, both on and offline, they come with very damaging side effects. Mainly with SPE, you have individuals who become prisoners of perspective. So I'll go into that later. But there's things you got to watch for when it comes to these negative influences that can be served as infections. Individuals that worry a lot. They're always anticipating things that go wrong, even when things are going right for them. These individuals, no matter if they had a winning lottery ticket, or if you had one and they start talking to you, it makes you want to tear it up down there. They are the promoters of fear and fail porn. When it comes to your vision, when it comes to anything good, some people that you're cool with, some people you even lay with, some people who even birthed you, they have a bad habit of using their fears as a blanket, as a measure of safety, allegedly. But when it comes down to it, both in the military and civilian theater, some of the greatest things that'll change your life will literally scare the shit out of you. That's letting you know you need to push forward, test the waters, and see how far your greatness is meant to. Number two, they're pessimists. They can never see the brighter side of life. Examples like Eeyore. Anytime, which is like number one, something good happens, there's always something negative brought to it. Well, there's a chance you could fail. Okay. But when I go back at something different again, I go back on experience. In the service and in life in general, I've ran into individuals who were pessimists. Always had this negative cloud around them. And what really scared the shit out of them is seeing that relentless spirit within manifest in real time. Individuals I put the most confidence and fidelity in, yeah, cut deep when they failed me in the time of need. But the greatest lesson among many I've learned is when you tap into your greater self, nearly nothing can stop you but you. When you got people around like that, who are always cutting away at your motivation, these are the many people that you have to kick them between the shoulder blades and keep it pushing. They complain a lot. They complain about everything and thereby bring a lot of unpleasantness. They complain about a number of issues ranging from weather, domestic health, workplace, or even onion prices. Whatever it is, they're always bitching about it. One of the most disgusting things you can see in life is a grown man whining about nothing. And I'll leave it at that. They have limited experience in life. A negative person will hardly recognize joy, passion, beauty, and excitement. These are not emotions or feelings that they regularly experience. Now, this is what I tell a lot of brothers online: unplug and get your goofy ass outside. Now, personal experience, I deal with things such as clinical depression, PTSD. Many years off and on, I would dare to say nearly 2 decades of trauma. But here I am declaring that this will be a summer of substance. Next will be the autumn of abundance, followed by a winter of wealth. And I say this because with all the information, all the things that I've learned and perspectives that I stand on, what I can tell you is the tuition itself is not cheap. Going overseas, being stationed in Cuba for a year, seeing many different places: Australia, Thailand, Singapore, Korea, the Middle East, and quite a few points in between, helped to broaden my perspective on not just the world but myself. Unlike the tender dicks who want to go out there sniffing for a foreign ass solely on the purpose of feral reasons, whatever happened to the idea of promoting international business, learning a language or two, building equity within your presence, your purpose, making it a privilege to work with you, see you, understand you? This is what I'm talking about, having limited experience in life and the things we need, and it's something that we need to ward off because you never know how much potential you do have or greatness within if you're too afraid to open express your greatest desires, to be positive, forward thinking, dare to be different for a change, standing on your own too. They're underachievers. Negative people usually think that they're not smart enough, athletic enough, or good enough. Now, this is where the fear and fail porn crowd tend to manifest in this area. They worry about what other people are doing. In going into the gym, there are guys who are far more defined than I am, farther along than I am. But the thing is, when it comes to underachievement, it can't be a silent kill if you're allowed. I learned the importance of running my own race, taking the time to put in the work, which one of your fallen idols used to always say, show your work. To thine own self be true. When you adhere to that principle, there's no room for underachievement because you're looking for the next challenge. And success is about momentum. You might take a few L's here and there, but once you get it right, once you get the rhythm right, smooth is fast, and fast is smooth. Oh, excuse me. However, the real threat to their success is that their emotional intelligence, there's that pesky phrase again, is crippled by their own critical and negative attitude. Forwarding on to number 6, this is what's going to be discussed on prisoner perspective. When it comes to your emotional intelligence, which is often underappreciated, this is key when you aspire to move up. When it comes to leadership, how you're going to learn about how your peers move. How can you create that level of fluidity, mobility? Learn how to empathize with other peers, understanding where they came from. I have no issue with you getting your money. Do your thing. What you eat don't make me shit. But there's certain things you can't rent, lease, or buy. And that's something that some among us have to learn on our own. But if you're going to be an effective leader, you got to look at the man or woman within. Stop thinking and judging people on a linear plane. Get to the heart of the problem, the heart of the individual. And that's where you see a lot of transformation happen. They're energy suckers. Negative people suck out all your energy and leave you emotionally and physically drained. I don't even really go into this, but hey, it's self-explanatory. Anybody who will sit there, if you allow them an audience to pelt you with all this negativity, all this goofiness, it'll be you will take the blame to allow any measure of success to be stillborn. You can have that dream, you can have that vision, and the fact that you let those raggedy ass thoughts circulate in your mind, you start doubting yourself. And when the moment of truth presents itself, you become creatively flaccid. You don't make that needed move that could put you in a better position. I've seen this in personal experience. Being around energy suckers nearly cost me my life. But you got to rekindle that spark and keep it going. Which is why, with this being a summer of substance, I get a chance to elope with my first love, which is art, after 8 long years being away. Finally, they hesitate to experiment. Negative people never move outside their comfort zone. They cannot face the possibility of more fear, discomfort, challenges, or failure. As I said previously, there's a whole heap of things I deal with on a regular basis. And in my profession, I don't just do it solely for financial reasons. It's me stepping outside my comfort zone. After taking a 4.5 year sabbatical from some persistent trauma, dramatic things that had me sit down and really look at everything and do some internal homework. There's still a lot of work to do, admittedly, but you start taking those needed steps, seeing that level of therapy, properly vetting not just other people as far as with relationships, be it romantic, platonic, what have you. It requires you to go home and have that healthy relationship with yourself. Getting over that fear of taking yourself out to eat, paying yourself, treating yourself, celebrating yourself, respecting yourself. I'm here to tell you there is no relationship that will last if you continue to divorce yourself from yourself. And this is from personal experience. Everybody isn't going to like your relationship that you have with you. Fuck them. With that being said, this is why I always say never allow your comfort zone to become your coffin. For a little homework, if anything, write down a list of things that you were always scared to do, but you had that persistent desire or dream to do. We can't be sitting around here pissing and moaning about the goofy things that happen in this space, or guys out here spilling tea. We need to start worrying about, where am I going? How can I be a better steward of my time? How can I make my presence, my name, my legacy count? If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, this is the time you start understanding the difference between influence versus infection. You can be the king, or you can be a leper. But no matter what, crawl, hobble, walk, run to your greatermost self. And as always, simplify. Everybody have a great and awesome weekend. And enjoy your summer of substance. Step by step, brick by brick, moment to fulfilling moment.